to vault workout number 7, YAOGUI, which is a 12-minute AMRAP of 5 clusters, followed by 10 toes to bar. 10 clusters, 10 toes to bar, 15 clusters, 10 toes to bar. You will continue adding 5 clusters until the clock hits 12 minutes. Your score for this workout will be your total rounds and any additional reps. And a good goal to shoot for is to try to get into the round of 20s. Welcome to vault workout number 7, shift. Today's workout is YAOGUI, which is 5 rounds for time of 10 dumbbell deadlift, followed by 10 hang power clean, followed by 10 dumbbell squat plus press, and 10 sit-ups. Your score for this workout will be your total time, and a good goal to shoot for is somewhere in between 8 to 12 minutes.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vault. This week we are taking on YAOGUI, week 7. I'll be doing program B with 75 pounds and toes to bar, and Miranda's gonna do program A
with 30 pounds. So
and
it's
toes
like
to
in
bar.
between. Wait.
It's a little in between.
I don't know why I'm laughing. All right, so before we get too far into this, because it's not a super long workout, I looked up, because I remembered that this workout was one of the workouts that changed. Did you know that?
Yes, the toes to bar, right?
So yeah, originally the toes to bar reps went up with the cluster reps. So they mirrored each other. So it was 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15. First of all, for those of you guys watching, I want to hear your thoughts about that. My thought was it's going to become a toe to bar workout. Like it's going to become too grit once you get past the set of 10 toes to bar. So I'd love to hear what you, I mean, Mal, what do you think about that change?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we would have been, now it varies depending on the person, right? You have some people that are just exceptionally good at toes to bar. They could handle that type of volume, but I think we would have been standing around a lot underneath the toes to bar waiting to do that movement, and it would have kind of slowed down the intensity in the workout. So I actually liked the change, but I'm also not a fan of toes to bar. So yeah.
I remember before we started this, I had in my mind, because I had tested this, I think, or at least something, but I had in my mind that it was hang clusters, which is, and when I realized that I was going to the ground with those dumbbells, I was so irritated.
Well, it's just the cluster in general is such a long movement. So taking it from the hang is just so nice because you don't have to go all the way down to the floor. So one rep takes forever. You're calling out, we're only in a few minutes right here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was like, the 12 minutes seemed really, really long. Okay. So I have a few notes also from testing, because when we go through these and test them, we have notes for it. Carlene did the 25 clusters plus 17 toes to bar with 35 dumbbells, which I remember we were talking about that before we started.
We were like, that's crazy.
No, like I might get into the 20s. So you guys will see in a minute where we get to. But that sounded just insane. And then her training partner, Montana, also used the 35-pound dumbbells, and she completed the 20 clusters plus 23 reps into the next section. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, the combination of the two, yeah, look at it right there.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
already talking about the grip.
2 minutes in.
Yeah, and Mer, why did you pick the 30-pound dumbbells?
I've been trying to use the 30s. Well, at this point when we filmed this, I had been trying to use the 30s before the plague hit our family over and over again.
Yes.
Because a 25 to 35 pound jump is a lot with the dumbbells, I feel like.
Totally.
So I had been using, like in all the testing and in my workouts where I'd been using dumbbells for the past few months before we filmed this, I had been using the 30s.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, for this type of workout, I went with 75 because I know toes to bar aren't strong for me. So I definitely maybe could have gone heavier with the clusters, but I know that it just would have slowed me down a lot. And at the toes to bar, I needed to save some time there because I'd be taking more breaks. Can we have a moment for this sunlight in our workout right now?
It's like
a beautiful
glorious
setting.
I think, and what we're looking for from you guys in this workout is to move consistently. Like 12 minutes is not long. And when you see 12 minutes, that should like signal to you that I shouldn't be breaking a whole lot. And yeah, so really the only place that we were breaking much at all was on the toaster bar.
You'll see eventually the clusters start to break down and I get down to some singles in this workout.
Oh man, I can't remember what I did. I think I was able to do them in 2 sets pretty much the whole way through, but I'm like, it wasn't that long ago that we filmed this, and I remember it being horrible, but I don't remember like how I was breaking it up and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I know for me, the grip got really bad. So as I get to the later sets, instead of just trying to stand by the bar, I actually just started to do quick singles, which is obviously something you can do with the bar, not with actual dumbbells.
Yeah, and then you have people like Christine where she's like, I'm more worried about breaking the clusters, and the toaster bar I'll do unbroken. And that was another reason why keeping it at 10, I feel like was a good call, because otherwise there would just be so many breaks on both movements. Somebody was asking about, hold on, let me pull up the shift version again. Somebody was asking, what if you want to do clusters with your sandbag but in the shift version? What I would say is, looking at the shift version, just do 5 rounds of 10 clusters and 10 sit-ups.
Yeah.
Or V-ups.
Yeah. That's a great call
for that. Yeah.
I'm looking at the clock like, oh man, we still have so much more time.
We're only 5 minutes in. I don't know what round we're on at this point. I probably could have counted. I'll count on the next one.
Christine's saying that she's only going to break on the cluster. She'll go unbroken on those toes to bar.
Of course.
You got to go unbroken on those wall balls at the end of the week, Christine.
What should I do in place of toes to bar for someone who is 7 months? Well, you should be able to click on it and see those customizations for that.
Yes. I think there's a functional progression customization. I know for me, when I was pregnant, one of the movements that I used to do a lot was slam balls. So if you do have something like that in place of toes to bar, that can be a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good call, because I know a lot of times I would do kettlebell swings, but I don't know that I would recommend that for this workout. It's like way too much hinging and pulling.
One thing I want to notice is you'll notice on Miranda's toes to bar, you'll see a big difference in the two of us. So Miranda does more of a straight leg toes to bar. And you'll notice at the back, her knees bend a little bit, but not a ton. And you're going to notice when I do it, I have a much more bent knee throughout that whole movement. Not as efficient as Miranda's. Keeping a tighter tip like Miranda's doing can be more efficient. I also have a longer body than Miranda, so by bending my knees, it shortens the range of motion, but you'll kind of see the difference in our 2 toes to bar throughout this workout. Hers are a lot more pretty than mine.
Yeah, well, I start to do that kick too when my grip's starting to go, because I can't get as big of that hip swing, so I'm just like relying on full ab and hip flexor at that point.
Yes. But it is better on that backswing as your toes go back to try to keep your legs relatively straight, not as bent as mine get, just because you're losing some power.
I'm going to try to assess what round I'm on here.
Okay.
So you just keep talking, Molly, while I count.
Yeah, and like I said, the cluster is such a big movement that you really want to be mindful about breathing throughout it. It's one of those that you can start to kind of hold your breath. So really focus on, kind of taking a big deep breath in as you do that squat clean, and as you go to press the dumbbell, barbell, whatever over your head, really focus on taking a nice big breath out so you're not holding throughout the entire movement. There's that bent knee.
They stopped filming me, so I have no idea. I don't even remember what we got on this workout, so I'm gonna have to go back and find my.
I think we got into the 25s. I think because Christine got 20. I think we got to not Christine. I'm sorry, Carlene.
She finished the round of 25s. Yeah,
she finished the round of 25. So I think we got into that round of 25s.
Yeah, maybe I was 10 into the 25 or something like that. I feel like that's right.
Yeah, and you'll notice Miranda's doing with the dumbbells, she's doing the clean on the inside of her feet, which you can obviously do with the dumbbells if you're comfortable with it. It kind of almost sets you up a little bit more like a dumbbell snatch if you're comfortable with that, a double dumbbell snatch. I do the same thing. I like to go in between my feet as opposed to going on the outside.
Yeah, and also you don't have to move your feet at all. So if I had them on the outside of my feet, I would have to widen my feet to do my squats. So just planting your feet And I think I'm doing like sets of like 4 at this point. So this is probably my round of 20, I would guess.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing 4 at a time. And I would go back here and like breathe for a second. And I always do that. Do you guys do that? Like, Mal, do you do that? Do you have like, you're like, okay, I'm going to walk in. I've seen you do that before. I'm going to
walk and touch the wall. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to keep your, like, because sometimes you do need that like mental break to walk away, but it keeps you accountable to like, okay, I'm just going to touch my wall and get right back on the whatever movement I'm doing.
I love that Alex Bridgeforth is giving us this play-by-play of his 10-year-old doing this workout right now.
Yeah. Here's where I go to singles because I'm just losing it. Oh yeah, Alex, you hunch over the bar. Me too. That's a standard resting position. Miranda likes to prop her hands behind her head. She looks so pretty when she rests.
That was a Chris Spieler when he was like coaching me for a while. He was like, "Don't bend over. You can't breathe as well." Which I think
stand up.
So he's like, "Stand up, open up your airway," and so that was my pose, and then it just became a thing. I can't wait to watch Julian and Salvi do this one later.
Man.
Also, I'm getting real, speaking of Julian and Salvi, I'm getting real Julian and Salvi on that pull from the ground.
Yes.
Just like round back, no bend of the knee.
Yeah. Yeah, so here I switched, this is where I switched to singles, and the main reason was I was just standing around for too long trying to link them together. So just keep myself moving, I just switched to singles.
I remember during that section when you were dropping, I was so angry. I was like, gosh dang, because that is the one benefit of the barbell is the ability to drop it. Now it's annoying usually when you have the women's weight because you have 10s or 15s on there and they're just flopping all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's annoying, but... Oh man, Asher's about to beat us.
Oh, dang.
He's on to the 25s. I think he's listening to us too. Let's go, Asher. You got this, buddy.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. 90 seconds left.
And then it's one of those things where you go over to the toes to bar after, at this point in the workout, you're like, all right, I got this. Like, and in your mind, you want to go unbroken, but you literally just cannot hold on.
I think the toes bar, I started to play musical bars. I was just moving around on all the bar options.
I remember I used to do that in the open. Like I would have the like one that would allow me to kit big and then one that was better for if I was going to do singles.
You just grab, swing. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So we've got about 45 seconds left at this point.
Yeah. Just like don't want to do anymore.
Not at all. This is a good one though. It's one of those like super simple, not easy. Chelsea programmed this workout originally, I think. She chose this combination, I believe, if I remember correctly. Which makes sense because this is such a Chelsea.
Yeah, she'll crush this one. I
there
think
I'm
dying
There's
over
the
there
pose.
on the toes to bar. Oh, there we go. Now I'm
No, you came back.
I came back. Nelson's just like 10 seconds left.
There's always like an awkward moment when we finish where the team is still filming us and we're just like dying on the ground.
Yeah. 12 minutes, that's all you need.
How long did it take for our grip to be shot? I was complaining about it on this video at like 90 seconds in. All right.
All right.
Yeah, I'll have to go back. I think I got like 10 or 12 reps into the 25s, and you were also obviously like however many reps into the 25s.
Yeah.
And
oh, nice. You got 20 and 20, Alex said.
Yeah, the goal is 20 plus, so we were in it. Nice. So good for us.
Okay, cool. We'll stay on for some questions, and then Mur, I think we're gonna share a little bit about our week, maybe like what we're excited about, what workouts look fun, and kind of how we're gonna approach the week. So one workout I'm really excited about actually is Saturday's team version.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the wall ball workout. Okay,
oh, I mean, yeah, unbroken wall balls. Christine, I'm here for that. I told Christine she's got her treat of toes to bar on Monday, but then, Friday. But the one I'm really excited for this week is this team version of Saturdays. The power clean and burpees, 20 rounds of I go, you go. I think it's such a great, like the reps are perfect. of the 8 cleans and the 8 burpees, just enough to like keep the intensity up and keep moving fast before you have to take a break and let your partner go. So I'm really excited. That'll be like my major intensity day this week with
cool.
Adam. I'm excited for that one.
Nice. Yeah, that one. So backstory on that workout, that one's been around. It used to be, because the individual version is 10-minute EMOM. It was a workout that was programmed at Chalk when I was a member.
I remember the 10 and 10, right?
And it was 10 and 10. And it was like, I think I did a post about it back then. Like I videoed it. It was so horrible. But again, like 10 minutes, one pair of dumbbells or a barbell and a little bit of space, and you just destroy yourself. So we took it to the 8 and 8 for our fitness these days and for regular people, but the extra challenge is still 10 and 10 and holding that EMOM. So yeah, that one's rough and it's it's fun.
Yeah.
I was looking through the workouts and I have to say that this was Tuesday's workout.
Oh, yeah.
When I was programming it, I remember texting a couple people like, what if I did a death by step up? And I know for sure Danny was one of the people that I texted and he was like, oh my gosh.
Into like, talk about feeling like a baby giraffe after your step ups. You have to go out for a mile run. You rest 3 minutes and then go out for a mile run.
So I knew that I wanted to do, obviously, because I remember how we felt. I mean, this is another very grippy workout after the clusters and toes to bar, but there's a lot of rest until you get to a certain point. And then what we're looking for the mile run, you guys, is not like a mile PR. It's like go and do some cardiorespiratory like training. It's not, we're not looking for an all out mile in that one. Okay. Like we realize that it's the day after the vault and everything. So like, let's do something kind of grindy. Let's do something long because the vault was pretty short. So don't overthink this one. When you feel like, all right, that's as far as I want to go with the step ups, do the rest, go out for that mile and just enjoy that day. But if you want to make that one really nasty, you also could.
Yeah.
So that one I think is really fun programming. It's different. We've never done a death by with step ups before. Obviously the Wednesday lifting, we're still in it. Hopefully you guys have been liking it. I remember this one, doing this one was really fun when I tested it. But then, I look at I don't even remember what Thursday is.
Thursday is the AMRAP of the pull-up. So Thursdays is fun for me. What I plan on that one is sometimes what I've been doing with the Thursday workouts is I will change it a bit to lower the intensity. It's like not an active rest day, but kind of. So I plan on doing that one, but do strict pull-ups and a slightly heavier dumbbell to intentionally move slower with that one.
Yeah, the heavier dumbbell snatch has been something I've been doing a little bit lately too. But I think that one's just a good like mover. That's a good mover where you can just, similar to like a Cindy where you're just like cruising along. And then I really like today when I knew we were going to go over this programming, because you guys got to keep in mind, like we program like 6 weeks or more in advance. So we look at it, Chelsea and Alex and I will like go over it and we like give each other suggestions and then you kind of forget about it and you move on.
And so it pops up.
Friday, first let's just look at the regular version. 5 rounds of 30 unbroken wall balls and a 400-meter run. I think I was like, oh my gosh, did we make 30? The suggested? Like, that's not extra challenge. And I was like,
that was my thought too when I saw it.
Then I was like, well, I guess there's a 2-minute rest. But as somebody who's always struggled with like big sets of wall balls, because my shoulders and just everything gets fatigued, I was just like, wow, that's really 5 rounds, huh? Not 4.
That's aggressive.
We're going to go with 5. So I was just kind of like, okay, then. And then I go to the strength focus, but I liked this like very uncommon combination of doing the heavy back squat into a wall ball. Because I think what most people associate is like, I'm either lifting heavy or I'm doing stuff like wall balls and kettlebell swings. Very rarely are people like putting that stuff together. So I was really excited about that, like doing your heavy back squats, and then you're going to have to take a second before you're ready to do 30 unbroken. So this one also, it's a gnarly workout, but there's going to be a lot of waiting, resting. Yes. It's more about hitting heavy squats and then making sure the wall balls are unbroken. And then sure, you can push the 400 because you got a long rest afterwards. But
Yeah.
I was proud of that one, the strength one for this week too.
Well, and I know wall balls for people are really challenging. And so I think make that maybe like your pick this week of like, okay, I'm really going to push the intensity this week. And I've never done more than 20 wall balls unbroken. Like try to go for the 30 the first round and see how it goes. And you can always customize that. If you're like, okay, I got 28, then you're going to try to hit 28 or more for the remainder. But try to make that your, like, if you know that you despise wall balls, you hate them, maybe you pick that as your intensity day and really try to go for the unbroken on that one.
And I would say too, like, what do you think about this idea? Because I think there's multiple ways you could go. You could say like, hey, every set Salvi, you can leave that question up. Every set you can do as big of a set as you can and then just finish the 30. Or you might be like, hey, I'm going to do 24. Every time and not even worry about going all the way to 30. Like let the last 6 or do 20 if you know that's going to be a challenge for you. I would almost say just like do as big of an unbroken set as you can and stick to that, because I think once you get to like round 3, if you're like doing your 20 and then you're trying to finish the 30, by the time you get to like round 3, you're not even doing the 20 anymore.
Yes, I agree. I think you go for the big set and then you try to maintain that for the remainder of the rounds. I think that's good.
Cool. Yeah, I think so too. Jasmine was asking, when is your rest day?
My rest day is typically on Sundays. So I have, like I said, Thursdays I try to use as like a mover day, but I might move things around depending on how the week goes. But Thursdays will be lower intensity for sure. But Sundays are always typically a rest day. What about you, Mark?
Well, we usually rest on Sunday, and then oftentimes I rest on Thursday, just depending on how I feel. So it can be very random. And our kids don't have school this week. So that also throws a little wrench into the plan. I mean, you guys are you're at Great Wolf Lodge right now.
I'm at Great Wolf Lodge. My husband's down. The kids are playing. My kids are off. It's random. They're off Monday, Tuesday, but a lot of kids in our city are off the entire week, but they're only off Monday and Tuesday. So
I didn't realize that.
Battery okay?
Yeah. Okay. Julian was just making sure his battery on his computer wasn't going to die.
Miranda just goes away all of a sudden.
I didn't realize that our kids didn't have school this week until like Thursday. And Banner comes home with this like winter break homework packet. And he never has homework. Like Knox has a little packet every week. But I was like, the only time Banner has a packet like this is when we don't have school. And
like,
so
oh, no.
I was like, do you? And I like will hurry and look at the school calendar. Julie was asking, she was saying, I'm going to have to do a mix of strength and shift on Friday because I don't think I can do 30 unbroken. So hopefully, Julie, that helps you to just do as big of a set unbroken as you can and try to stick to it. Like do whatever it is, 18, 16, 20, and then maintain that for all 5 rounds. So rest as long as you need to be ready to go for that again. But I think, or wall ball thrusters because your ceiling is too low, or even just like a goblet squat would be fine, or like a single dumbbell thruster. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Alex is sharing his week in there, what he's going to do. I'm actually today, since we've done this fall. So Murray, I guess that's a good question. I probably won't. Are you going to repeat this one? Or are you going to?
No, I haven't been repeating any of them. So I've tested now all of because normally on Mondays I've been testing the upcoming strength workouts so that we can like see how long they take and everything. And I'm done with that. Like I've done all of them now. So I think I'm going to start testing the endurance ones because we have
Yes. So that's what I was going to say. So today I'm going to be doing a session from the 52-week endurance because I'm a little bit ahead of our street parking focuses where I'm going to be running a half marathon for my 40th in May. So I'm starting my training a little bit early, but I'm prioritizing strength while focusing on half marathon training. So I'm not going full runner vibes. My plan is to run twice a week. So I have 52-week endurance session will be on the docket for today when we get home later.
Is anyone running it with you?
Maybe Adam.
He'll just decide the night before.
Yeah, you know Adam. He'll be like, I'll just jump in. Well, we're 4
right,
days apart for our birthday, so he might do it too. But
yeah, because it's his birthday too.
Yes. So I was debating on a full or a half because I've ran a few halves, but I'm going to try to go a half and try to beat my 28-year-old self. We'll see.
Oh, you will for sure.
We'll see. Any chance there's a marathon extra program in the works? I'll let Miranda handle that question.
We can talk to
Danny
about that. It's definitely not something that I'm versed enough to create. And I would never create it just to create it. Like if we were going to do it, we'd want to make sure to do a good job with it. Another fun thing that I've been doing on Fridays, I've only really done it twice, but I've been trying to do, and I'm glad that Friday's workout has the run in it is, so in our backyard now is like this, we've created like this almost like running trail. Oh, yeah. Salvi knows all about it. And I've been trying to do it, add a carry into my, cause it's very hilly too. So I've been trying to add a carry into my workouts on Friday. So instead of running the 400 meters, I'll do like a sandbag carry on the hill. Just try to keep my old bones healthy.
Keep them bones healthy.
Yeah.
Sounder?
So that's it.
That's it, guys.
Oh, here's the hill.
Look at that. Just do some hill sprints.
That's actually our front yard. That's the front. Look, watch this video though, Molly. I don't know if I sent this to you. This is Banner.
Whoa, baby, stop him!
You just go to your front door.
He almost slammed into the house, and then the next time he went down, Knox physically stopped him with his body. Like Knox stepped in front of him and did like a full scorpion flip over the top of him. Salvi, do you have the video of Julian going down the hill in the backyard?
I don't. I gotta pull it up.
That was later in the day. That was because I had to do those for the live.
You guys got a bunch of snow last week.
We did, and it's all gone now because it rained. So
all gone.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, your workout today is the crowds at Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh gosh, yes. There's some crowds for sure.
Is there a Starbucks in that location?
No, they have a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, we have a Starbucks in ours.
I know. I thought we had one, but maybe they used to have it because it was showing it was in here, and then now it's.
I might have to call next time before we go next time to emotionally prepare myself for if they've taken my Starbucks out.
Dunkin' Donuts is not a good way to start the day.
No, because they had my perfect bars. They had like the whole thing.
The whole thing. Well, best of luck on this one, Christine. We can't wait to hear all your 10 unbroken toes to bar go each round and what you get into. And we hope you guys.
And Salvi and Julian, hopefully, we'll be going live later.
Yeah.
Right, Salvi? Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
That was exciting.
Right.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Welcome to week 8 of the 2025 vault. Chip through big sets, grit your teeth, get it done, and have fun with